Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daddy K, 4 stars of Radio TV Atlanta, Georgia, USA, with information to keep you safe and productive in every society you belong to. And now, a beautiful day. I'm so excited, and I know you're doing the same. This another issue every week, every day. There's a lot of things going on and with ourselves, with the family, the country, everywhere. There's something going on, and this week too we have something really special to talk about the the president meeting the press, and that has escalated a lot of misunderstanding and every opinion. Everybody is just voicing anything they feel it did not go to their favor, and so there is a lot to talk about, and also some of the highlights. Abronye, we all know Abronye, a large mouthpiece for the NPP, has been denied bail, or I can say refused bail for another week. So he is to appear in court another week. Also, we have this. What we call the Galamsey issue. We know the Galamsey issue is a huge issue. It has been played. It's been downplayed by politics for a very long time. Everybody says this, and the good thing about it is that the technology right now, you can't hide from it. You can go, but you can't hide from it. Whatever you say, it's been there, and people go out there and tap into it. So that is a huge issue among Ghanaians and even our neighboring countries. We have already feeling that bad experience from the galamsey and the mercury, or the chemicals that has been used to search for those little illegal mining. And so it's our concern. It's my concern. It's your concern. It's everybody's concern about what has happened to this day. Who said what and what is expecting from who? It's a big deal. So that call your friends and neighbors across the globe and say it's about time we're shutting it down from here across globe. And the biggest Andy is also around, and everybody is just looking at us, and it's amazing. You know what, Daddy K, I'll be right back with you. Now we're going to talk about the meet the price and also the Galamsey. If we're in the state of emergency, come on with your thought and bring your views. Daddy K, I'll be right back.
Hello, let's just radio and TV. One at the power. Hello, at the four and a 4 years. Midi the Navina, Mope, and some Petia, little postcards ready. Mope at the Papa Swasha, won't just 4 stars upon a little reason. Yamapa, asset snapper, and some of the slackers. Ma, asset possible, and make politics in a whole number of minutes. Foster, the best show of the year.
His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama says his administration will not rush into declaring a state of emergency in the fight against illegal mining, warning that such drastic action must be the last resort. At this media encounter in Accra on Wednesday, September the 3rd, the president acknowledged rising public calls for tougher measures, but insisted existing laws already provide enough power to act upon it. I've been reluctant to implement a state of emergency in the Galamsey fight because we've not exhausted the power we even have without a state of emergency, he explained. He stressed that government agencies already have the mandate to arrest offenders, seize equipment, and enforce forest protection laws. We have the opportunity to arrest anybody, to confiscate any such thing. The law for the forest protection and all that gives us enough power to be able to act, he said. President Mahama cautioned that declaring a state of emergency may sound appealing, but it must not be rushed. Implementing the state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last resort. So far, let's exercise all the powers that we have. And if it becomes necessary for the state of emergency, then we'll look into that. This is what the media encounter, one of the presidential views, a point of view happened. But before then, let me go quickly and then I can go to my panelists and we discuss. Let's see what Okujeto Ablakwa said when they're in opposition.
We want a ban on all forms of mining. We want a state of emergency.
Declare a state of emergency.
Just as we declared lockdown during COVID, let there be a certain declaration.
Yes, I think that national emergency be declared now.
And it is his responsibility to deal with Galamsey now.
I get very passionate when I talk about Galamsey issues because I think the president has failed. And this is not politics. This is about leadership.
A few moments later.
Implementing a state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last extreme, the last resort. As the livelihoods of about 4 million Ghanaians is on small-scale mining.
The livelihood of 4 million Ghanaians is on the illegal mining. And so, President, during the time that he was in the opposition, they have a different perspective on how they look at the illegal mining. And then when he took office, he has this another different. That is what a lot of people are talking about. But we'll turn it. Let's go listen to another discussion here from one person that you might all know, and then we'll continue.
Council, so and I'll say this, no interruption because I have my basis. The President, Prez Mahama, His Excellency, is the biggest enabler of Galamsey in this country. And it predates now. First of all, he lied when he said that in the last 8 years, this has escalated, it's a complete false. I don't know how much time I have, but I'll utilize as much as I can. Before 2011, Galamsey was just who pickaxe on land. They gathered small. Then in late 2011, 2012, that was when Galamsey went into our water bodies. That was the time Mr. Potterfield, who was then NADMO Director General, and Professor Mills went to somewhere in Acham and saw large tract of Galamsey happening in some cocoa farms.
We have to tackle the issue of Galamsey rather seriously. Let's see how we can solve that problem, because this is a clear indication of some of the effects, yes, of Galamsey.
Then in 2013, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Galamsey in our forest reserves and water bodies actually became endemic. That is what led him to set up a task force, which was led by Honorable Yunus Afuseni. So it is completely a lie. If he creates an impression and say, in the last 8 years, and that is one force who they've been peddling. They create an impression in the minds of the populace as if Galamsey, as we are seeing it today, is like an Akufo-Addo thing. Indeed, it is as a result of how bad Galamsey was. That is how come in the Akufo-Addo's first 3 months, he actually declared a war on Galamsey.
He did, and he worked well on that.
That lie must actually be put to leave. Now, in 2016, this is what happened. 3 years after the task force led by Honorable Fusedi had been set up, the minister admitted that the war against Galamsey cannot be won. This is on Ghana Web. In fact, read myjoyonline.com, 15 September 2016. The minister gives up on Galamsey fight. It's on MyJoy Online. Now, the Galamsey fight, he said, has been allowed to fester so much so that the water bodies in this country have turned into Milo. This is the minister. This was the task force.
So the state of emergency must be now.
No, please. If my time is not up, you let me make my point.
You are done.
Okay. So I mean, for lack of enough time, it is the Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo who actually brought in the media into the fight against Galamsey. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the one who brought CSOs into the fight against Galamsey.
Welcome that we brought our. We
exactly. Now fast forward council. When Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo started arresting people, burning champagnes, taking them to court, do you know what the president now said? He said that stop going after illegal miners with soldiers. This is on your portal. It is on video. Now, in 2020, when Nanado was now going into a second term elections and we are arresting people, the same president now went into the pit, sent his people into the pit to tell them that if you vote for Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, it's going to stop you from doing Galamsey. Vote for us. Today, Tony Obey, who is leading Petroleum Hub, is going to be made Minerals Commission boss, and we are going to allow you to mine. The president said that he was going to reverse the policies Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo had put in place and release all those who have been arrested. Fast forward.
He was going for the kingpins.
Please, I beg you, you fast forward.
Well, your time is
fast forward. The same man is back in government. And now listen to what he's saying. He's saying that, but the thing, if the man will go to private pockets and will get it, is the same thing. The man, please.
Okay, thank you.
The same man.
Memo mi biara kwa babiom dadake ni ye kokotie nanobi eno so ni dia wo dia ba che se obia eka ho asem ti no for wunie bi na bona mane se mre na aso ye dia hyehyɛ so dadake ni Ghana de ye nyina ye kro na ede ye na yakoma so nti ye ba ne se ye ka ho asem na se yanka bidia na che se yayera kra na meni mabedwafo eni pompa na wefidi su a ye ba pensem mu ntino Galamsey and afi meet the press ye omampani any press so ekokushia ene emunsem no edos bebre mekamo se 4 stars TV ye wo Atlanta higher say wo page maybe edia and the bibia ya abefo mfidie ntino wo page maybe edia bomode no hu ye obi a wo bonyem obi a wo twemfoni ana obi so a wodi chiame ewo dwumedie ni nyina mo wo pebia ya wonsa beka bomodiana hu dedicate na yenyi bibia hyehye so enfama kama ntino yento aso menko hwe sem saka mabedwafo no wofa yaw wodi ni we no odi atu mute ntino wofa yaw. Hello.
Daddy K. Daddy K.
What are you saying?
Yeah, don't boko.
Good.
You
go so pa. Me te unka na je se meni agisa se o hu. Na me nko mami ama so ho. Mami ama.
Yes.
Edi say?
Yes, I do.
Good. Na when bisa obra se obra ijasa faka when bisa na se.
So Asafaka radio.
Asafaka radio TV. Asafaka, Eddie saying, hello. Akwa wedi ye asemo jeze. Oni die mami me oso bomodiana obua papa na debia ma me ho kire me. All right, ebusiafo fakwa wutie ye bia se na mitika ya no. Ejese faka. Hello.
Yeah, kobra.
Yo.
Mami ama what be papa.
Yeah, otini.
Mami ama me bo abaso what be papa. Asafaka radio na mukwaso because me register na mo government mo ntimi amatata me no mampanyini wo beti bi ehua onu ntimi bi radio station as papa asafaka radio station live me nye blogger no obeti kwame
Ohia TV number 2
and one and I know all right send your can into send in will like here no say who come to be so abomodian na fabra memfa we no entwem say enche bia na ehun so for azoka any what say akutia by election e course yi eno so e ho asem e baaye ye chi no na ye jano that day no enti bo amonim no eno so eno no ye hwe se periperi ye ebeye sisi ano emra ene ye adwuma enfa ahoden enye adwuma enti no ye to adwuma di ni so menko aye wo fire ho wo fire tikese mekasa wo fire tikese enye se niti ne so esansa nyoma ewo mu no edoso anunti na ya me friend sa over. Hello.
Yeah, that is
Oman penny see state of emergency there yen to me and can see I say or mine ever state of emergency is and say why ye enter to ye bebre and Professor Bookings also eka say galamsey no Oman penny galamsey no say one money homodin ever galamsey is and say abrana wo edom kuma ne mo no na ni nsem kekae no e prache se wo ba bosomu miensa pepepepe galamsey fa ko betu afa no enye asem kuma na so bepime ne yegusu ye won twetwede e wo galamsey ho wusi ne sen wo ne sen.
Okay, thank you very much. Daddy enche dika mechiao
me juso
mechia me co panelists nyina mechia ya TFO nyina so we are self ananya ba bi omo nyina ana enche di chat also me demand the president of the republic President John Dramani Mahama any Professor Gina na opoku agema Ghana fo ato aba mo mo se omo be solve ye problems are here no emaye. In other words, to reset Ghana, because Ghana na titi apansam tibia na ewo mu no na enye kura obi anim. Ghana was completely in disarray. Everything was falling apart, and the center cannot hold. And Mahama was starting gradually. Ubia can testify, right from the economy to agree to every sector. Ubia started feeling the resetting agenda of President John Dramani Mahama. And coming back to the substantive issue and the Galamsey issue, no. When so one of the things President Mahama during the campaign for the presidency, or the two just say oba obebo modia say then obetu na sekra because ye nyina nim say Galamsey di enya it cause a lot of harm to us than good and conform from sika all right but the negative aspect it doesn't change the positive aspect. I didn't in America sir. And now I mean you can say that Galamsey enti ye koko nyina ye twagu koko tu so na ye Ghana ye backbone of our economy ye twagu ensuo nyina say fingerlings a ye wonam ensuo no ma ebe nyiama ya chiawe ni nyina ye kuni nyina ye the poison a kuni nyina and now I mean you can say mining areas no e ma wo a na nkola na deforming ebia ne sabako ni wo ne nine bako ni wo ne hwene kure ni wo ne nasefo. Even the 4-2s are not able to develop well and sana maamenawo. Until a day deformation beba. Until all this thing is affecting the society. Who knows? Those children are more affected. Some of them could grow up and become ministers and whatsoever to serve the nation, like some of us are doing now.
Right.
And like President Mahama and co and so forth. It is very prudent and who here to be the Yebe Kevin. And President Mahama is not leaving any stone unturned. And nothing can say state of emergency will be the last resort. It means that we'll put measures in place. There is no stone, he's not leaving any stone unturned with regards to the fight of Galamsey. That became Oba ya win himself blue water guard for ya set it up. I'm making sure say we go around and looking for the various areas now. For a year mining no kesi polluted water no mu sanko for now you report them and then people will go after them. Secondly, the other say we have whistleblowers nkofo ye twesi bi ato say we say ebinumu the machine bi ko forest and also omoye omadwin so omokoye Galamsey baby a report yomu that the ke report yomu aye with sika bi e de be chew na ya chi omagi omu machines na that the ke look at the measures or what put in place too. Number 3, the Osaya say they are trying to come together with the big mining companies like Anglo Gold, Ashanti Gold, Bibiani Gold Mines, ne na se for no. Saa nkrofo we no dedicate. Large plot of mining concession in the next 200 years, too. And you know what Mahama is trying to do with his government? He said they negotiate with the people. So what you say? Yeah, baby, you small scale miners no omu niema ne distract insuonu. Akọ those areas, not some mining, big mining like Anglo Gold, Ash Gold, or Bibiani Gold mines, Normal you release omo concession bi amasankofo no matter asase no so aye mining na and polluting so bia. That you can look at the measures. So what they say, it is one of the reasons why so the eight people perish in the helicopter no. Sa ejumade no no mu kwakodi about sa semi amike. And unfortunately no sa at Torrenchem no ekosi o makwemu. What they say?
Right.
That the case, so we looking at this, it is telling you that there are measures. Say they mean listing on my one way. To what? Ebe kabu the menace. Ebe ma sa galam say near my as solve. Now that the case, if you looking at the last one, I'm boss we. Ye ko buase, ye Ash Gold, ye ko Anglo Gold, ni ye ko Bibiani Gold mines. Omo big construction ni see ye small mining scale. What do you call it? Small scale miners thank you omo niema na distracting so near you omo kodu a dedicate na asem na to ntwa ya so what they say now these people have so many big concessions omo ntimi ntu wie da enye nnani ochira dedicate 100 years go Ashanti Gold mine na ensanda into omati ase ye ni omako akotran se government ni omatran so omati ase se ye ntimi ntu wie ntie be release bia masa nkofo no no mo be ye omo mine no devoid of destroying the water bodies. So what they say, nko nsuo bia mu nko ye ensay nsuo. So what they say, after all this, na sa working na se best nkofo be say just a concession akowura nsuo mu akopolitina. Then the state of emergency can be declared. Anything or can as anything that the case more can say the mitrate wo mu entosuma. It doesn't mean that Prez Mahama is not. He's working tirelessly in order to keep that menace. And we know, he said it. And we know who Prez Mahama is. Whatever he says, Oka obey you. Mama, so what they say. And one way.
Okay,
let's give him some little time.
Okay.
And everything will be addressed.
Okay.
It is some make actually with Sanet here. Okay. He's not able to fight it. It is neither here nor there. President Mahama is addressing what do you call it? Galamsey, and at the end of the day, it will be solved completely.
Completely. Okay. President Mahama is solving the Galamsey, and at the end of the day, it will be resolved completely. Say, we now, your boy, and Biana wanted. Menko Mamiama Hasso, Mikuti Mama so. Mamiama.
Papa.
Galamsey, then Yakun, and I say, your political talk.
Yo, first of all, Michiao, ye minion na President Mama, why are the say, why availing the Abba openly for press, say, Omumba interrogating.
Yeah, press conference, yeah. Yeah.
Now, ultimately, no Senabaya, Yama, any, no, Ebia, Omoba Street, no, na, dear Egano, so not. As a nation. It's why I dear. About the Galamsey, President Mama can say, on state emergency to so because there are about 4 million people who depends on this Galamsey, like families they depend on it. For him to just go for the state of emergency, he knows what it will come from. Yeah, you best have a radio too. Abaka say, Wanya dear, Wamakomo de and Crofobin Nadia. And now, yes, I state of emergency a period of time. It's a period of time, or better be your father said 1 month to now. Would this solve the problem? No. The year said, also about Crophobia Australia, because small scale mining, baby, America, Canada, baby. So, small groups akọ no makosia ade ni ye na after the amount concession proper license ade akọ ye ni say osi freedom of bar government no o ma license bia so eno so temu no number 1 ye Ghana o tabi wa bro check hu we ana nipa kona bekasa ya na all interrogate all here you know so if we stop this blame game now I'm saying we'll go forward as a nation whether a at a middle of time and a start here now the problem is still existing so we need to solve it and akufo-addo no e be rampant a buye amas a whole chairman at the gold but two national TV so I say America ya beche no or the good TV so gold or no war not here. No or my licenses no and akufo-addo the anytime or my 1,000 licenses. It gave the people more opportunity to do it. After they are not part of it. Grapple got involved. Will say, okay, so God the media then we are all Mr. neighborhood now. Mr. Me or back and crop. The state of to be and yet proper for now. Because if they are taking measures for people to be arrested and all that now, I think now I'm a microphone some alert say, oh yeah, these are the measures. Almost small scale money, or make training. No more who so no more who said on two you said a bear and say a cocoa na Emma Yaria Emma Yukro. Na me de me fo say ye sebi nkofo ya boys your mu say room o mu to yi ti ejo mojuma from senses ya robbery na beba armed robbery and na beba na say sebi money laundering for na yi na ye kunkum ye twetwa akofo no we don't want it ye person bia ho to no so obia efa no ho efa ne ba na kakra obenya obedi no na ye kwa ano no
okay
be me for say for now no sana will say no if I go now be cross checking mama no or the solution on the buy one first solution be amma sa de no munjai na ye hwe so na ye mma o ma peni abaso ye den ono na wo so sesi a sa 4 years you betimi aye bia no na nyankopon ma no nyansa no ma na enimdie no fa nye
okay
ono de oba no wambe tu angum na ministers so ambe bragging about gold na yi right now gold nya crap na ye ton na yi no ebe bo man ne bebre e wo niam bebre mu enti no I think for now no aka meka no
Joe me da say mami amazi yembo e wo say yebo omambene abaso e wo nia wake hu isan say nia woye na wodi nnoma etutu ekwemo enipa bebre eni adwuma ye nti say wo gini sisi a the how bebre beba 4 million enipa 4 million nti minkutie eja asafaka hono so ni dia papa
yeah kwabra me da wase me chia nua foro na omodi kan kasa me pacho de me beka bia no obi political the bia meka sasmu obi political career no de abeto nsane ani enti no ne nim fa ne politics ho na me beka enti bia meka bia ye on political basis me nim obi a private life
attack the topic not the person
mama am pacho say
I say
what can say me besamiti was it not a person
the topic
and what are you talking about and yet why in person who are we talking about now is a leader of Ghana who is inconsistent. The man himself is not consistent. So what do you mean, sir? And yet by a person, do you want me to go and talk about the government? Who is the leader of the government? Hey,
Hey, but
no, let's call a spade and axe an axe. This current president of Ghana is very incompetent. He doesn't deserve to be a leader of Ghana now. And I must be frank. They should come and kill me. That is what they are doing. And blood. The current president has got blood on his hands.
Hey, Galamsey, we're talking about
no.
Galamsey.
Oh God, have mercy. So Omai pa Sanya Diba Kodia and Omani ye and a beya ya because you can't cry. I must say Yatimia ya induce you even your judges. Let's cry and bow down in shame and tears as citizens of Ghana. We are very, very corrupt.
Do we need the state of emergency?
Let me talk, my dear brother. If you don't want me to talk, let me stop. When the woman was telling me, said, "Mami, more obedient, why didn't I make cancer? When I media personality, I would tell. Why didn't I make fan cancer? Mingo fa na akufuado and I said, Mingo fa what is the name?
Okay, with you to us.
Give me the time to talk. If you don't want me to talk, let me stop. Yeah. Mami can't say, Mampena, what he Ghana says, someone can crunch now, or Befa Ghana. I could bonny say, to. And then, someone who they were 2 hour walker. And then, young Timin can galan say, Asem. Ube a press conference, Eddie D. Sabi, Achim Fuatem. Now, that man, in fact, Ghanaian leaders, they are very lucky. Because, Satamna, now we can't some Kumasia, a baby 2 weeks, Nur Tamaleno. Satamna, na Omampano teaches to say, or your communicator. But catch Mamma wouldn't make catch from me, Bob Omampano teaches to say, catch and say, communication, Tamanway communicator, no. It is here, no, assessor into one call, no brief on himself, now on change it. Because near Wakaya, no one say a beba amaya sign refer, and we are referring him. Previously, Okwaya communication, who can some organa na woo. And now we can some organ in Muyo. We are going to resurface it when the need comes. And Omampanyine and Wakatian Wonyano. He should bow down his head in shame as a leader. Because Otino even a cassette here Omampanyine no tiso obeyine say opportunity. And as that 2 minutes upon the crown, that 2 minutes will fumble. Mark it, write it down. Sure, Galam said, yes, some papa yanka. Even young man as he said, or gold animal. Ebejia sebe. Muma yankan yamam requem. Penini de penini. Madame Fubia no class. Was a penini de penina to con your kuma. Sabi, Sako da kito ya would not see gold no. Ah, Ebejia yamon Omampanyina no. Who gold? Who are you? Omampanyina. She said, "Oh, Sabbath transno." A dear some robot out to Bekaye. Galam say, look at how they have denigrated our leaders. There are some people in America who are yelling at our elders in Ghana.
Do we need a state of emergency? And I said, what is his thought?
Let me ask him questions. State of emergency.
Okay.
Will be a competent leader. No be put to pressure. Oh, and I speak in proverbs. So in context, go and understand what I'm trying to tell you. Because Omampanyina, who see obin achim mafia for because of Galamsey, wo ubaye, any 1 year cry. Japadia who prama will be for now. Omampanyina niana, odi Omampanyina chinoyame mobo. So Omampanyina free kunyana super even within NDC government. Wumbe papa na hwama, he will never forget it. Omampanyina no afi no one who said any pa 4 million and woman near Jumanti, woman a Galamsey adidie. Tamana Nakufado to a dear son papa we America. Were you able to give suggestions and Nakufado? You were 4 million in the pa, woman a under Galamsey, Omusha Mabusia for until any Mayen say. Na Galamsey number form. You were adding more fire, you were adding gas, petrol to the flame. Omampanyini that was away Omampanyino. No,
okay.
Insuna.
Okay, woman answer. Yeah. Minute to me. Until born to a mammy na minko.
Hush. I'm so okra bibi how kakra. Bibi kakra. And now why to say Ghana ben for ya bro tofa kakra.
India. Semi nipa. Semi nipa.
Enti mami kan kwencho say me body tofa no. Wo mampanyina wote Ghana sesi ano wonye ready. Because ye de be ma no papa. Enukremo ye ni di na tembe ye be ka kire ne say na sema wo kan no hwe me kwa mama kan we kwa na me ya
can ejai
ewiase wo hu nyame sa government e wo Ghana sisi ano ama me gidi e wo nyame mu no aye triplet
okay
onyame otuaka o
all right
onyame nya wo be ka bia no onyame hey
all right
there is God my brother, let's be careful. There is God.
Except for a car or say there is God, and you know, Yena ye be an in you. Ebusa for the Adikane, 4 stars of radio TV, Elena Georgia, you would say, aha, oh my Ghana, who and a year journey. Yes, sir, and your back for you know, we call social media on for comment, bro, on young kind natures and quiet say, would you baby TBA for what Jim Brand near Ecosi, Yenim say, and maybe HMOA na a yedum kuma, na say, yeah. NDC now more can say they need the state of emergency now. Sisi there and no ma asesa. Micha mo abisi ya kotie omampeni asamoka.
In my statement, I indicated that we've just started with the Blue River Guards. We're training more and more of them. These are long expanses of water bodies, and so far those we've trained are 600 and something. They are not enough to cover even the length of the Ankobra. And so as we recruit and deploy, because they patrol the water bodies, if they see any champagne machine on the water body, they seize it and we burn it, we destroy it. And so I gave you the number of champagne machines we have seized and destroyed. As we continue to increase the numbers of these Blue River Guards, I'm sure that we'll be able to cover the tunnel, we'll be able to cover the prow, we'll be able to cover the Ankobra. And we hope that then we will start seeing some reduction in the turbidity of the water. But even more than those on the water bodies, the distraction is the forest reserves. I've been reluctant to implement a state of emergency in the Galamsey fight because we've not exhausted the powers we even have without a state of emergency. We have the opportunity to arrest anybody, to confiscate any such thing. There laws for forest protection and all that give us enough powers to be able to act. Implementing a state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last extreme, the last resort. So for now, let's exercise all the powers we have. And if it becomes necessary for a state of emergency, then we'll look at it. It means we have to go to Parliament. The president can't just declare a state of emergency without, going to Parliament, because there's a limit to how long you can maintain that state of emergency. And so I believe that we still have leverage to continue to fight Galamsey without necessarily implementing a state of emergency. It means that we have to delineate the areas where the state of emergency is operational. And if you look at the area where Galamsey is taking place, it covers several districts of our country.
We want a ban on all forms of mining. We want a state of emergency.
Declare a state of emergency.
Just as we declared lockdown during COVID, let there be a certain declaration.
Yes, I think that national emergency be declared now.
And it is his responsibility to deal with Galamsey now.
I get very passionate when I talk about Galamsey issues, because I think the president has failed. And this is not politics. This is about leadership.
A few moments later.
Implementing a state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last extreme, the last resort. As the livelihoods of about 4 million Ghanaians is on small-scale mining.
Council, so and I'll say this, no interruption because I have my basis. The President, Prez Mahama, His Excellency, is the biggest enabler of Galamsey in this country. And it predates now. First of all, he lied when he said that in the last 8 years, this has escalated, it's a complete false. I don't know how much time I have, but I'll utilize as much as I can. Before 2011, Galamsey was just whole pickaxe on land. They gathered small. Then in late 2011, 2012, that was when Galamsey went into our water bodies. That was the time Mr. Potterfield, who was then NADMO Director General, and Professor Mills went to somewhere in Achem and saw large tract of Galamsey happening in some cocoa farms.
We have to tackle the issue of Galamsey rather seriously. Let's see how we can solve that problem, because this is a clear indication of some of the effects, yes, of Galamsey.
Then in 2013, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Galamsey in our forest reserves and water bodies actually became endemic. That is what led him to set up a task force, which was led by Honorable Eunice Afuseni. So it is completely a lie if he creates an impression and say, oh, in the last 8 years, and that is one force who they've been peddling. They create an impression in the minds of the populace as if Galamsey, as we are seeing it today, is like an Akufo-Addo thing. Indeed, it is as a result of how bad Galamsey was. That is how come in the Akufo-Addo's first 3 months, he actually declared a war on Galamsey.
He did, and he worked well on that.
That lie must actually be put to live. Now, in 2016, this is what happened. 3 years after the task force led by Honorable Fusedi had been set up, the minister admitted that the war against Galamsey cannot be won. This is on Ghana Web. In fact, read myjoyonline.com, 15 September 2016. The minister gives up on Galamsey fight. It's on My Joy Online. Now, the Galamsey fight, he said, has been allowed to fester so much so that the water bodies in this country have turned into Milo. This is the minister. This was the task force.
So the state of emergency must be now.
No, please. If my time is not up, you let me make my point.
You are done.
Okay. So I mean, for lack of enough time, it is the Nadu Akufo-Addo who actually brought in the media into the fight against Galamsey.
Yet what you read any so Yakokoti and somewhere a course so a year Amanyoko Mienoi a year and this any MPP and Yedidi Moabe Pim and then Intino Obiaba no Baba Yenia or pay Najas or Nafo so Asayaba stop or call the national emergency now yet away fidie so Naso Yaguso ha we were for sa na washa wodio na asem everybody be Fraunia Nabona Mani say that Kenny Jumedi Bebre Waham Wope Bibi Ayabo Modiana Tun Safa Frey ye bet to me Abonyom ye bet to me di Chiame na ye chuchem for ni Bibia Ediamo Pepe a 4 stars of Brady TV me and na me di Muchiami CC wait dear your mamu in some enayeka o man penny senior I mean penny for the dona womoyano edru bebia na wamakwain se womwa kebimami kebia mamwe nintino obia wo bibia wo pese wo kana se wo bisa na ebo omani mpuntu no wo beye ntino wo bia kwanye ade to ho wo ma akwanya no na manfo etoto na no kakra anase wo mbise bisa nsam na wo yibia no na baako a ka wo sisi a ye beka mo asem ene ni se atemdidie no adoso atemdidie adoso wone me ye behunu se atemdidie na adoso empenifuo ahemfuo emfa ho eje se abefo mfidie no sisi ya no akwakoye se efo kakra ninte no obia fa ahomatifu edisi nenimu a eno anu se wo super ne nana saso anaso bi kro chen ne nana na ba ne sen o mampeni ese e wa hyensude abefo mfidie yekrekrenye ebia wa hyensude de se ehyen a yetitimu no a obia ne de esonko enti se ukoye bibia na ukoko kasa bia ehunte a eyedenya yebeba wo so na yebebisa ekwan wei ena enipa bibre ti ya omutiko apai enti enipa bibre akase etia se opese wotobo wote edan a yahwehwe mu a ento ebo enye saade a embo a ombetoto ede abo no enkoye asem papa enti wei so ama bloggers ne radio stations ne ade nyina ebuefo dindindim na media minim se anka ne kwan so ano no se wo hu aha nti no yenko na yen papa we susu na che se yen video manka wo fa
Daddy K.
o man penisi sisi an wudi atema ye bechi wo nti sisi a me wa he wo ankasa ye ahwe yie se wo hu wo kasa hwe yie because one fia wo di me beto asem what is here nti IP ade so na eba ne sen ade nti na sisi a na sa emra we e wo hodeda ade nti na sisi a na ye di sa emra we eba over minti o
Yeah, I said my penisa would say would be at my bet you go to.
Oh yeah, IP address asem na okan no. O se yeah, amanfo didi atem ne hu kaka wonte no wuka asem wa edi huruye na se sakasaka yo ebeba oman no mu dia ye ba be yehwe.
Da be no kan sa.
Any bisa mamiama wate ana abra okoshia ensentrofo no.
Oh sir.
Press conference, yeah. Media encounter, okay. Yeah. The media encounter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay, that's great. Normally, no. I understand you. Politics, normally, what I say. It's a politics in a when we are doing politics, it's not politics in your insult. A sharing of ideas,
right?
What they say.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Can say insult. No, did the attempt can kwasiasem. So that you know the people that does that. And you know, so the Mrano Bani at the bet checking conform the attempt ni can kwasiasem no. You bet you more to me support it because one thing I know is that the politics and insult. Let's debate and share ideas.
All right.
In other words, you say we are all building the nation in our diverse ways. What do you say? NDC, diverse ways. MPP so with almost diverse ways. It's up to Ghanaians to look at political party ben or ways or de chichiro mine ebe boyen ebe more minor tumpong. So what do you say? And no be minor conkan and na Ghana for be den ebeto enu bia na ye call election no the Ghana for who say NDC for way of our way of building the nation no our diverse way of building the nation the right way for the country to move ahead ti no mo to abama no mo hu say MPP for kwan no mo de nam so no enye kwan papa because my boss mo ba be ye o man ye na mo de o man ni ko na chi for 20 years, 8 years in government, have taken the country back for 20 years. It means your way of building the nation, your diverse way of building the nation is not the right thing to be done. And I'm mobile as soon as your mind and I'm mobile mine chrono. Sika as someone to bet your mind, no years canning in our chaba, a video mudiako boom pass here, a video show mukushi as here. Ebi die show mu cardboard mu ebi so die di omu dia kogu afom ebi so di omu dia gu polytank ma sie ni wo omu center room friends say living room what they say enti omu this is MPP for diverse way omu de chichiri Ghana no ni nyina mbo oman no e di oman no mo ko na chi what they say na mbo NDC ba e be providing so e be ye kwan ye be siesie omu bi bia ma omu so what they say ama ya make sure say dollar was 17, a 10. Ama Jadi for 1 tomu, importers 1 tomu. Uko near ma, Usika so near my purchasing power no I high. So they are saying, right. Ekobani intisa, you know, be so contra radio, so instead of so be cast answer me, I make a daddy. Daddy, I treat you more quite over fast or party bet you mana ye. Not Mamofon 1 tom, now contra now did the atema. Yes, see a chukotum. Now we just unquasi asem edie. Okay.
Bro, me that say what fire no wakani titi no one no yeah we enye asem kese bia sa atem didie na wo radio so ne ade no efiti ase da ban na hina na afom na ade nti na yesisi mama mintie wo so mama ama okay say mami ama ayewe nti no me hwe se me sebeka ejezefaka papa
yeah come on
okay mami ama Hello. Aha. Metie mama. Mama metie we. Metie usu.
Sorry. Before I see TV, you want to say, Obia ni na jini na. Maybe we can say Obi say Ombakase or Okase. But sometimes, you know, what the topic is just a suggestion or a solution.
Right.
Just to help. But I just say, yeah, my opinion, what they want to say, and what benefit are we going to get from that? Say, oh, happy, Mama, everything, everything is like a baton. What Janiano do baby, now they are more than to us. Now, what the Mama was depending in my traffic from a car. What is this? Anyway, for the insult or the, you know, and then that's the word Mom mentioned TV. No, I'm more discussing Mommy BC. The media is like cancer. Now, one say is a woman media is too more. One say, yeah, and the book could be a wound. Yo, number one. Number two, and now again, it is a I said, you know, and now.
Okay, Mamma Humana, do be ana. Akako ye we. I have said, you know, Mombo dear Fako will be ano. Aha, Mamma, my into. Aha. I'm say, Mamma Mafako, Namano, say one amos or few, say fine or ama Nicasano and ma papa. Mamma yente wonka, yente wonka tell Minko a chair as a papa.
Yeah, come on. The Edikano. Me back on me catcher said there is God. O man penina or tisu sisiano. Oh, let me say this. To be a leader in Yamina a yipe and you know. So we a leader, now we are submissive, now we a leader. Now what tinema be a seer? It doesn't matter your qualification. Because Nyame ebo King Solomon no kura PhD and also where King David, I didn't want to me because womu tapu nipa, womu nimdia ena edi twa no hye. Omampanyina wote Ghana sisi ano, woni nimdia for in politics en twa no hye. Nti at times, man no kura no hwe nanim a wogiro no kasa we confused in advance. Omampanyini Nti I was so penny papa bi I didn't twa wo mu hia no mutu no fopa because me nipa 4 a ben papa no now me can politically they don't know what they are doing. Nti bada no omampanyini wo kwa wo mfambolo. Omampanyini wo wa be gina ho adidi obi atem. Hey, omampanyini omunyame mpaye. Because papa no nanso won ho too much. Who be now catch obi say obi edi 80 years wo obi a wo sabedi akonya enti nipa nko a wo twin so obewu hey say me wo Ghana sasa papa kan kwanka me nto aba man because in reality he's incompetent to be a leader so obi edi 80 years enti obewu hey akoda ngu na panmu ngo enti wo ye omampanyi na obedi akonya na wo gina na wo kasa asem wo ya onyame obehira wo because wukura no nyame ade a was signify no wo to ho who are you to tell obi so obi adi 80 years and he will say obewu if you don't take time the current president will leave before the former president hwe omampanyini one na pave way no and nothing that all odds are going against him hwe I am in America minimum obi wo America otimi so. And I have all the videos, I have records on it because I come on your radio station, Baba Kasa, and I'm so proud of you. Because I say we are registered because we are blogger. After my research, I'm who say we are registered radio station. That's why I keep on coming to your radio station because Omampanyini etimiko jina eho sabe. Eki kan sama eni wo se obi asatam na wo pe akonya no so abe wo keka sa asem no nti nyame ena man ni wini ye ena nyame kira ni say next time So that we wouldn't walk about no president. I want you very careful the way to speak. When you know Tisu Sesiano, Mikra Oyemi Mobo. Sir, and that ye did you be attempted. Wo be me wo IP. Now, can say Yania a war brooch ye Jimmy. Yania a war American in Munyanzo. Me no can say me IP. You if you go there, you won't see anything. So also to Ghana. Now when him there, yes, yet me. Uka won't me. For me, just I mean, no, you won't see any IP.
IP address will be able. Yeah.
What's it say?
Yeah, network engineering. Say, uko kasa, uko kabibi nasa enya. IP address bit me attack.
Wouldn't form me. Hey, my main country.
We are old school. Wouldn't.
Radio ameno kasa sisi yi opa o mampanyi won ko fa gaga wuga
na some won did atem who did atem dia yeah that's fine but who dey simam yeah
let's be realistic
simam yeah
o mampanyi o te Ghana so sisi ano when you very careful won fa nimdiefo wo ma nim nyansa se no emata no but wo no nim nyansa se wo ma do ma bata wo mu abata ne ho no the man will always fumble because me tie ne kasa na wo begira ho akase wo bi nchi wo bi nkotum afi wa omampe awurade papa nyame hu no mobo wo ba no akase sa ayina me si yanchi galamse na yankochi obi ntumu no sisi a efidi nipa 4 million. Are you competent leader? Are you a leader of Jesus? Say me majina babi na waka what a political conscience. Do you know what it means? So what do political future between any omampani onye ready? Because me could be a radio station, me have documents. And I Dibio Baka was a bombarding, I'll come and bombard him.
Okay.
I will tell him, sir, what he's doing makes no good judgment.
Okay.
And he said, was or per IP, 1 year ready. Okay. And yeah, IP you about tribi papa. Okay. So this was a Sunday. He has the room to change his behavior. Because in the behavior and the attitude towards politics, it doesn't tell me that this man has ever been a leader before.
Yo. Yes, Africa, no. Debi America say Nyasa di enyoba go for tremo. Bia ne di senya, usi hunu senya, ubet afa atiasie na fiso no senya, ubet to me. Acheche nkofo so manako mama ma wa humanity enti no na me magia safa enti no mama ma yenti usu die why
oh na what can't be name
o see na we line enye kra minim still no wa humani nye mama ma wa humani nye enye kra minim fa ko wo die but and yet what I see, you know, me nim a much chesipa. Yes, he said, yeah, Manico.
Tell me, make us a nay claim me one.
What I would did a clay pa. Nim Fako, Mamma, and then Oko, Juman to Nib say, what bread phone so crab, Mamma. Baby yeti we ya atem didi na mamfo didi atem basabasa no ntie mamema okay say mamema homa no akwakoye bibie wo ho nti ebusiafo senia medical kan no ensem bi ha na medical kan say asem ebeba de bi se ye hwe han ne ekosu saadia asem beba de bi na se obi efitiasia I will say yenso so no yetanechi na yetumi saade we firo se anye nra na eye nne no ni nyina no eye kebema mkebu etoaso we anye ne se we ya but they will say ya hwe yie I will say ya hwe yie pa ahwe yie na I will say hwe senia obi eho kire no a eye obi de no I will say ya hwe yie pa because ye nyina ye wo man no mu na ye hu ye abra NDC wo opposition no ye nyina ye hu mi ye TV otiazie ena ye nim kwabra ne susu a wa shi wodi obi atem nti no enye fe se enye no a enye ne so nti no mama yenye ahwe yie pa ebusia for that ke me twa me ho abesisi a na ye di memfan say nsemo a ye keke ina abewie that ke right back whole building is the parliament. Where
the city Robert Albert, so he's not.
and Shabia, you be free for the more call, more mutumu, if you were teaching a bench in the other K, the OBBA na near ye can, he say, me per se, my bidder for no CC, a foot in a year, ye baby two, ye mean saying ticket way be and Shabia, equi, you win yanum a wolf ye. Ye were a jilly, ye were nanum, Mammy ama won an anum ever hall, and the mammy or hall, busha for ye be two for cacra. Yen 50 days sooner yen 214. Yes, Samoa. So one more, said me general, say, Obi di matemo me beginawa and be before and yet. So one more, and ye say, who are queen in Tino, nature said also would the atem. Because we'll share, Memphis say, a bufua. I'm a Santin Tankesi, so no, a month for a day, Casapano. I was asking way, hono. I was saying Yabuter. I was saying Yabuter. So, a BSC pain in a way, anyway, soon be chat to war, a bessa abibium. Tell me call fire, over 1 minute, 2 and 4. A foot to kit to a be. Now, yen tin kit to a name fantoasso. Why? Into
a foot to about what?
A foot to about a year at MDDA. Oh, say, me, papa,
okay.
Aha. Oh, papa, Obi did not tell me any day. Aha, meant you.
Thank you very much. That okay, like send and I may start a make me submission and I make an. Yeah, call a issue. Politics here, no one uncle from the attempt, right? That yes, sir. But like I was saying, no, politics and yet insult. A sharing of ideas, so and to share ideas, I only hear so Beko radio so now we deal with young quartem. A bronya no moneta diatem MPP for no mu sorry no mako no mu diatem by her. Timiko can't dedicate. Asemno anything in night. What is there? And so no ka.
Na onunkwa abronya nkwa na wuhu ye we bi su biom.
Anya abronya nkwa bato no obi odi atem pa dedicate.
Oh sa
odi atem sa di atro. Uka maybe asem bi a waka mamen kasa asem no ana obi anti abronya timi akotena TV so radio so
oh we dey emre ninti
emre ninti we dey okay media mamen fan channel enti that the dey me person make an say amanyo sem ayeye and politics ayeye nya dem didie e sharing of ideas for ideas bra me so me from ideas bra ni nyina e gearing towards the building of our nation the building of our country the betterment of our country and if our policies bra betu dwa na Ghanaians ntie hu say sa nyema we ne de chichiro oman na e be ma oman ne be konkan oman ne be yeye na timamofo no ho atomo na mbom enya atem didie na odi unyonko atem na eyi a unyonko bi be ka bibi na woni
enya
adwene a don't men din atem bring yours and let's know say wo die we ni na better than what the person said na atem didie de emfa ye nko ba bia mate MPP for na so omu sori a omu di atem na atem didie nya papa
mate what for you say atem didie de obi ankyere na dwen na ye no krai the moment MPP before ne pe atem didie yo wa wutie bi wo so wate wo de ntimi nko mama ma se ne fidi na yi mama hello MCCC and a yakakra minim for all dear, but CC and a foot in the edge. Now we take care more. Oh, Kafra. Kafra, where the kitway be na me say, dear Semna, ye catch Ghana for say, Sir Atem Didio, yentu ye mufo kakra. Na ye make sure say, Sadi we know. A beko sumpua, a sombra from kakra, a nyang. Enya kra ni ekoso enya nti
ana to be a teacher this year so and it's papa yes kata what to be kata by heart cry Ethiopia in any way or any shape or any form. But politics I'm not anybody from Ghana. Oh sorry, like what we are saying. So what do me feel say we see bridge what happen, you know, America has done it, no. You better see one matter, the two communities for the enemy. Oh, the dear property and yet a planning yet a plan back for a good work for so many. Not the assistant. And all the time, what have you done? You've not done anything, no suggestion, not nothing. And just some video before who said them the deal, say by what is it? Development. I said, the deal, I'm not asking. I'm not incompetent. What I say. Well, yes, I play for Prez Mahama. I'm supposed to be here. Or to be avail himself for people to question him? No, never.
Okay. Mate, midasi bebre, mami amasoni di no de so nti sisi ade efutu wo a wo hwe yen so de efutu e na wo come to be a fato efidie ne so na yen kan fa mo minko eja esafo akaw no yenti on so ne futu a etwa to eye atemdidie futu papa
abra
minia
ti asma me kan you eduma bi a papa mu ka ema hom ka but ya na anitu na ewo mu politically so obi ya de said the current government e wo Ghana sisi ani primitiveness no e wo amamu mu no ka kire no wo ka kire na wonye no body because e ya amamu no wo hunu so eno woni din na tem but so be jona ka cho be say wonni nyansa wagime eno na e ya temdidie but o mampanyin o tiso sisi wo hunu amamu no so ka kire no enya temdidie IGP were politically biased. Kachira no say IGP judge we no ekira nko hweme really see abronyan free jail because who IGP you are not above the law. Wo ye hwan me am tell me phone so am no work say IGP crap position na some faso on say inti me kasa ma didi natem e useless e wo democracy uba America me wona ukol baby ametia
efutu be na odi tu
e na me ka kire wo mu say de wo mu be ya enyen mafutu nyina no say wo ya de na emfata we have to tell you anya temdidie and it's on political basis so o mampanyin fambula tell him o mampanyin what tiahwe woni di na tem because you are telling him what political senses are. Besa wo de be jona wo didi ne yire ne ma ne atema that thing I don't support. O mampanyini adi Ghana japade ma ni nuanom katia o mampanyin se wo ye bias katia no ade wo sro eno wo nidi na tem wo bie nani because bie na nani afira na so asisi wonte enti enema bi we have to call a spade and ask yam power chow so we are there now fuma ye be correct you but ye need do personal tem but so be ade na ye in politics nyansen wa katia say politically nyansen nim unidi na tem IGP the way say ano who say he's not above the law ni position no okura me kura ye bogus mame enti de me pese me catch Ghana for mpani for say
ye ni susukasa
ye ni di wo matem di wo ya enyen no di wo ya enyen no ye be catch wo mu IGP we ye bias go and release the man because mo obi be didi mpani for sebe na sante him bodin urade na mi trasio with due respect obedira radio so say edidi o mampa sante hinatem IGP wante na wo de ye ka bia kire he abaye di board techi no kono ma me conclude we abaye di board techi no ye di boboba IGP fili senu wa gani so hu bi tu hu fu wate na me nshira
okay jo madam nyina se ebusiafo darke ni aha amanye seme edio aha ana yidi besi sene muna munimo no emre yenimre enkaso na empenifo ne bu omo bere what is good for the goose is good for the gander wo yadia na wa yahwe yi efidie enye se me misi akwa se wuni passion and wuni abotres efidie edumi wuntumi enye na you have to be very knowledgeable too. Enti bibia ekobia se bia membi ma no nka ya no nche se minim ya yenim ne ekoso no nyina na mom asomdwe nti na ama drube bia na ya yedin na atemdidie ndie ye nyina yenim fakwefire yenim wo opposition a na utumi hu se ewo se aman no yebu ni saa na mom se wana wubu oman ni dia and obi aka bibia chara wuntie. And I'm hoping say now no we are getting the CC Ghanaians are being very smart. Yeah, very smart pa. You bet to scatter and blast. You say you to scatter. Ne do be say na to scatter and blast. We are all ye na ye nie bie. Nti enye enka no a wo de amone anwa ba be dada nipa de bi. Wo de na wo ye bia obi ahwe. Emre no so a kokromuti ebe kasa. Nti no yesre mu nyina yemma enyumnyam emra yeso so hu obi enyumnyamfo bi ne amanyesem ti ne je se obi tumi edidi na temse poto papa omampeni abedi echire obi a memfan se MPB openimu director bi obi bi che se yedidi hu atem enye bibia so ntino se yedi nipa na atamu a na umfa emwe bia mfa ma na emom kire no se yenye bibia tisa yemfa ensuo nkɔ ha yemfa amia nkɔ ha na jese yetumi esida ma na ifefefe nti Ghana for de yedo ye hu ukɔ wiasa fana ba bia yedo ye hu nti yendi ye hu chini ekura ohwe me ne maame amane wo fa ya na ejese faka do obi aka na adwen die but ye busia ye free ya ye busia Ghana ne nko na yo ho nti se enyema NDC a endie mani nyema MPP so obi papa ne akwala suko no ma wutumi supa no saa ukaka nsem basa saa edi kire no so hu na wure fi se ye nimre nka so e ba beto so nti e ba na fe die wodie wo se eni amanson emra ma meka bi mfema ode bi ye ne kakrakra yentu ye nuanomfo yentu ye manomfo ye wo fase nomfo se ye wonema bebre wo ho a wodi emfidie si wonima obetumi ede aye ma abo wo kura wo sikasem ye ene wo kankro mu nti atemdidie ni de yesere mo bebre emena so I was in 50 years ago. Madam Munina say, Falco, move ye be and I will like you and I watch your son and Mika, you know. So we'll share ye be bremo, so we'll share ye be bremo pana, Utie and Samoa, Ecos, oh, ye be brimpa. What you say? Any jabba, we share Bokina, we share and Puntu Ecoso, now we share ye crumugana cry, we share and Puntu so, and also Ecoso no cranoa. What to me who say and you might ye fine so intino yanyini ya home kakra na just say you could any more nessa so will be anywhere who fiti precope and our posting intino kakaka to me shamu nabo say ye feed your way so dear and ye bebo your home modern say atem didina ye bebra mamma a chair as a car any wafaya. Madam Moina say more motion biasa for 9 years wa like na wo share any bia na yeda was say afi so Maxwell Tebby Andy Tamaklo and Hope Blagoji and afi see akans omo na omo to we no edi money me every if you want say media make old school for no eti edu baby na me hu ne so hwe nti no be the Muinasi, Yamia Dumna Dumbi Dumia, and then Nina watching. Ye be saying Ishia, Lea Jinjini, or my Ghana home, a ye media, a ye also dear, and tea, yam fat and tuma, and one, the impedia or mano, manisi here, Daddy K, Macramo, Ibishia. The whole building is the parliament where the city of Robert Calvin, so he's not
Thank you.